What if your shampoo, your water, or even your favorite candle are secretly eroding your brain health? Hi, I'm Dr. Lexi, a certified functional medicine practitioner specializing in the health of the brain. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how these everyday toxins sneak in, what they're doing to your brain, and why they can hit high achievers like you the hardest. Okay, let's be real. You've tried everything, swapping diets, downing nootropics, even leaning on that extra shot of espresso. Yet the brain fog, forgetfulness, and the jittery anxiety just won't quit. You're juggling that million item to-do list at work, the school run, the date night planning, and it feels like your mental hard drive is running out of space. Here's the thing, you're not just stressed or just getting older. Those exposures hidden in plain sight, your beauty products, your tap water, and more, are silently sabotaging your neurons. And when your brain cells start crying uncle, everything from your focus at work to your patients at home takes a nosedive. Stick with me today because uncovering these sneaky culprits is turning out to be key to finally reclaiming the sharp, energized mind you deserve. Okay, so it's time to get specific. When we talk about toxins, we mean any substance that interferes with your cell's normal functioning. And here are the big 5 you'll likely encounter every day. Number 1, heavy metals such as mercury and lead. There are many heavy metals to be aware of, but mercury and lead are some of the most common that I run into. You'll find mercury in certain large fish, hello tuna, swordfish, and king mackerel, but also in those silver fillings in your mouth. And lead can still lurk in really old paint or plumbing fixtures, not to mention more modern paint that's on things other than your walls, say your dishes, for instance. Number 2, pesticides and herbicides such as glyphosate and other organophosphates. Non-organic strawberry, spinach, and most conventionally grown produce get a heavy spray in these chemicals every season. And yes, those chemicals are designed to kill pests, but they remain on and even in the plant and can be absorbed whether eaten by you or by other animals that you then consume. Number 3, endocrine disruptors such as BPA and phthalates. These are in a ton of things in our world nowadays, but some of the most obvious ones are in plastic water bottles, the thermal paper on receipts, and almost any personal care product that is scented. They mimic hormones in your body and can throw off your natural hormone balance, which are some of the messengers that help your brain function correctly. Number 4, mold byproducts called mycotoxins. If you've ever been in a damp, musty basement or had a leaky roof, you've probably been exposed to mold spores. And it's not always the spores themselves that cause problems. It's usually the toxic byproducts they produce called mycotoxins. And number 5, food additives such as artificial dyes and preservatives. If you grab a prepackaged snack or bottle of soda, you're likely ingesting dyes like Red 40 or preservatives like BHA. Luckily, artificial dyes will soon be a thing of the past, but any of these chemicals can crosstalk and interfere with your neurotransmitters in your brain. Here's the tough part though. You can eat a super clean diet and still be hit by toxins from every angle. So let's break down the most common sneaky routes of exposure other than food. Number 1, your water. You turn on your faucet expecting pure H2O, right? But you could be sipping and showering in trace amounts of lead, mercury, and various other heavy metals, including disinfection byproducts from chlorine, not to mention various other chemicals, including other people's metabolized and peed out medications. I know that's gross, but it's true. This is because our water treatment plants aren't capable of filtering out all that stuff. They get the basic baddies out and have to call it a day. And over time, even these low-level contaminants accumulate in your body and your brain. As a side note, well water can have its own set of issues as well. Number 2, air. That citrus-scented cleaner under your sink, the candle you burn every day, or the exhaust fumes on your morning commute. Volatile organic compounds, or VOCs like these, easily vaporize and get inhaled deep into your lungs. From there, they hitch a ride into your bloodstream and ultimately to your brain. Number 3, skin. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and it's surprisingly porous. Every time you slather on lotion, mist perfume, or handle plastic packaging, you're giving endocrine disruptors like phthalates and BPA a direct pass into your circulation. No digestion required, just a quick soak in. And number 4, mold. Here's that mold again. This one is so commonly overlooked, it earned a spot in both sections of this video. Any kind of water damage can be a food source for mold, and if left unchecked, can invade entire buildings. So again, if you've ever walked into a damp basement or noticed a musty smell behind drywall, those are some of the signs that you're likely being exposed to mold spores and their toxic byproducts, mycotoxins, that can become airborne and easily inhaled. Now, all of these types of toxins are fat soluble, meaning they have a preference for your brain's fatty tissue rather than to stay in your blood and get filtered out by your body. Once they get in, they don't flush out very easily. Instead, they set up camp, slowly chipping away at your brain function from memory to focus to mood stability over months or even years. And here's what really matters. Each exposure alone might seem harmless, but day after day, week after week, it all adds up. Think of it as filling a bucket, drop by drop. Eventually, you'll overflow. It might just take a while. In our case, that overflow shows up as chronic brain fog, decreasing ability to focus, mood swings, and that nagging sense that your brain just isn't firing on all cylinders. As a quick side note though, this is not a doom and gloom video. There are tons of ways you can lower your exposures and help increase your ability to get these things out of your body and brain. But it's a lot of information, so I'm having to split the information up into several videos, so stay tuned for those. All right, now let's talk about the 7 core ways these toxins sabotage your brain's performance so you can really understand why that mental fog sticks around. Number 1, a compromised blood-brain barrier. Your blood-brain barrier is like a bouncer at your brain's VIP entrance, only letting in the right molecules. Certain toxins, however, poke holes in that barrier, technically weakening the tight junctions, but what it does is it makes that barrier leaky. And once that gate is compromised, inflammatory and harmful substances can sneak in, creating a vicious cycle of more damage and more brain fog. Number 2, gut-brain axis disruptions. Toxins can decimate beneficial gut microbes, leading to leaky gut, the same phenomenon we just talked about in the brain but happening in the gut, and result in the release of inflammatory byproducts. Those gut-derived irritants can then travel up the vagus nerve, which is the cranial nerve that connects your brain to the rest of your body, or via circulation in your bloodstream. Either way, they can then fuel inflammation in your brain called neuroinflammation. Number 3, oxidative stress and mitochondrial damage. Those invading toxins ramp up free radical production in your body, which is a type of unstable molecule that's made during cellular metabolism. These free radicals can build up, overwhelming the antioxidants you have on board to neutralize them, and damage other molecules such as DNA, proteins, and even mitochondria, which is your neurons' power plants, which cause your brain's energy output to tank. Number 4, neuroinflammation. The combination of toxins and oxidative damage provokes chronic inflammation in your brain, which chips away at neural connections and sabotages your memory, focus, and mood stability. Number 5, disrupted neurotransmitter balance. Inflammatory chemicals and damaged mitochondria undercut neurotransmitter synthesis and recycling, so things like dopamine, serotonin, and GABA, which can lead to anxiety spikes, mood swings, and that can't concentrate brain fog. Number 6, hormone interference. Endocrine disrupting chemicals like the BPA and the phthalates I keep talking about further unbalance cortisol, thyroid, and your sex hormones, which are key regulators of not only energy, but also your stress response and cognition. So this compounds your focus and memory struggles as well. And number 7, amyloid beta overproduction. As a last-ditch defense, your brain may crank up amyloid beta production around toxin-stressed neurons to try to protect them. However, if the threat never goes away, those sticky plaques can become a detriment, preventing nutrients from getting to those cells and becoming a potential threat on its own, being well known as a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. And when you add up all these effects, you've got the perfect storm for chronic brain fog, inability to focus, slipping memory, mood swings, and that off feeling you just can't shake. So now let's talk about some telltale red flags that your brain and your body are yelling at you. Do you get unexplained headaches or brain fog that never quite lifts, even after a full night's sleep? Notice new skin irritations, breakouts, or rashes that pop up for no clear reason. What about heightened sensitivity to smells, like that whiff of perfume or cleaning spray that sends you into a headache spiral? Do you experience energy crashes or mental fuzziness after eating certain foods, or find yourself feeling off in freshly painted rooms or new carpets? These aren't just random coincidences. These can be signs your detox pathways are overwhelmed and toxins are accumulating faster than you can clear them out. If you're nodding along, you're likely carrying a toxic load that's literally weighing down your brain. Now, if those red flags feel all too familiar, it might be time to dig deeper with some lab testing. Many of these toxins can actually be measured in blood, urine, and hair. Now, you can order some of these tests yourself, but working with a functional medicine practitioner ensures you interpret results correctly, avoids false alarms, and tailors a plan that fits your unique health history. We'll help you connect the dots between your lab values and your symptoms and guide you toward the most effective next steps. If you want to talk to me about what that could look like, you can book a free consultation with me using the link below. So now that you know exactly how toxins sneak into your life and systematically wreck your brain, from inflaming your neurons to draining your cellular energy, you're probably asking yourself, okay, but what can I actually do about it? Well, I've got you covered for that. In an upcoming video, I'll walk you through science-backed strategies to start reducing your toxic load step by step, no overwhelm, no guesswork. We're talking practical swaps and simple habits so you can finally start reclaiming that mental clarity and energy you've been missing. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. If this video helps you connect any dots, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss my next deep dive into real-world detox strategies. Got toxin questions or personal experiences? Drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.